Imagine stepping into a world that is, well, ancient, dazzling, and just utterly deadly, where every rule you thought you knew about loyalty, about truth, it's all twisted into something you barely recognize. That's exactly where our deep dive takes us today.
Indeed. We're plunging into the treacherous world of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black.
Yeah.
You've given us some really fascinating excerpts to work with.
Yeah.
And our mission isn't just to, retell the story. It's more about unpacking its core insights, understanding the unique, often brutal logic of Faerie,
Right.
the complex motivations of these characters, and the pretty surprising strategies they use for survival, for power, within these really dangerous courts.
Precisely. We're here to distill the most vital nuggets, basically, helping you navigate this intricate web of fae politics, personal ambition, all those shocking betrayals.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Think of it as a shortcut, maybe, to getting a real handle on this fantastical yet brutal tale. We'll throw in some surprising facts, maybe a bit of humor to keep things moving. So, what hits you first about how they even enter this world? It's quite abrupt.
It really is. What's fascinating, I think, is how immediately the story just shatters any idea of safety.
Yeah.
It kicks off with this brutal abduction of Jude, Taryn, and their half-faced sister, Vivian.
Right. In their normal house.
Exactly. Their parents are murdered by Medoc, this Fae general, not in some, misty forest, but right there, in their suburban home, over fish sticks and cartoons, of all things.
Yeah.
And this isn't just a shocking event. It, instantly sets up the central conflict, the extreme fragility of human life against this ancient, dangerous power of Faerie.
That initial rupture, it really defines their new reality, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ripped from a world of ketchup and TV.
Reaping the whole way.
Yeah, weeping all the way to Faerie. A place with none of those comforts, attended by imps and goblins. Such a stark contrast. It immediately highlights how profoundly other this new life is. How does that displacement shape Jude specifically?
Oh, it's critical for her. Jude sees herself as, and I think this is a direct quote, the strange one, with my blunt fingers, round ears, and mayfly life.
Wow.
It's this constant, visceral reminder of her mortality in an immortal land. Even the servants are reminding her of the terrifying honor of being raised among the gentry.
Right, like it's a privilege to be captured.
Exactly. So it's not just feeling out of place. It's about being fundamentally vulnerable in a world where, frankly, weakness is just exploited.
And it's fascinating how each sister handles this radical displacement so differently. Vivienne, the half-fae one, with her eerie, split-pupiled gaze, she actively rebels.
Yeah, she wants out.
Totally. She yearns for the mortal world, clings to what the book calls mortal junk, matchbooks, newspapers. She even has a secret human girlfriend, Heather. Yeah. She really embodies resistance.
Yeah. But Taryn, Jude's twin, she goes for a completely different coping mechanism. This deep desire to just belong.
Right.
She thinks compliance, finding love within Faerie, that's her path to peace. And this stark contrast between Jude's defiance and Taryn's yearning for acceptance, it's so key to understanding the choices they make later on.
Which brings us neatly to the brutal etiquette of the Fae Court itself. The torment Jude and Taryn face from Prince Cardan and his cronies.
Valerian, Nicasia, Locke.
Yeah.
It's not just petty bullying, it feels like a sophisticated power play.
Oh, absolutely.
It seems designed to constantly remind mortals of their inherent vulnerability, which, ironically, is what kind of forges Jude's resistance into steel.
Absolutely. Think about those specific examples, calling them the circle of worms, intentionally spoiling their food with salt.
Yeah, the salt thing.
Or Valerian hitting Jude with a wooden sword. It's a systematic psychological campaign. And that scene by the river, where Cardan offers to save Jude only if she humbles herself.
And then manipulates Taryn into basically abandoning Jude to save her own skin. That's not just cruel. It's a calculated demonstration of control and the isolation it breeds. It makes Jude feel utterly alone.
And it really hammers home Jude's deep-seated hatred of feeling weak, feeling fragile, mortal. We learn about her past traumas later.
Right, the fingertip incident.
Yeah, a guard biting off her fingertip at age 9.
Yeah.
And being compelled to drink fairy wine at 11, this terrifying, uncontrollable experience.
These weren't just bad days. They were harsh lessons that taught her, as she puts it, how to pretend fear away. It's like an early form of emotional armor.
Or weaponization, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. And instead of breaking, Jude's ambition gets forged in this crucible of cruelty. Medoc, her abductor and sort of adoptive father.
It's a weird relationship.
He trains her in swordsmanship. And she becomes fiercely determined to become a knight, seeing it as a kind of power, a kind of protection.
For herself and Taryn.
Exactly. It's a remarkable transformation, really. Although Madoc famously dismisses her, doesn't he? He says, "You're no killer?"
Yeah, big miscalculation.
Huge. He completely fails to understand the kind of killer she's actually becoming.
That's such a crucial misunderstanding, and brings us to one of the most fascinating aspects of Fae society.
Yeah.
Their weird relationship with truth.
Right. The parable.
We're told fairies can't lie, which sounds great on paper. But the excerpts show this actually translates into, quote, a panoply of deceptions and cruelties. They use twisted words, pranks, omissions, riddles, scandals. It's less about honesty and more about relentless manipulation.
And that manipulation extends to their magic, too. They use glamour, which is basically powerful illusion.
To trick the senses.
Right. And geases, these magical compulsions or vows that bind people, especially mortals, with specific conditions. It's a world where truth is just slippery.
Right.
Every interaction is a potential trap.
This pervasive deception, though, it kind of pushes Jude down a different path, a much more dangerous one. Prince Dane, who's about to become High King.
Right there.
He makes this unexpected offer. Join his court of shadows as a spy.
Which is kind of perfect for her, in a way.
Exactly. This is where Jude's human ability to lie, her one unique advantage in Faerie, becomes her greatest asset. And Dane sees that. It's a strategic choice on his part.
It really is. And Dane places this guy of protection from enchantment on Jude. It sounds good, right? Powerful magical protection, stops others from controlling her mind or body.
But there's always a catch with the Fae.
Always. The critical, chilling exception is none save for that of the maker of this guise. He tells her, now no one will be able to control you, except for me.
Wow. So it's power, but it's also a leash.
Precisely. A gift of power that simultaneously cements her servitude to him.
And her first spy missions, like watching Belican's household or stealing documents, they're full of fear. But she also finds this new kind of excitement in them.
Yeah, she notes feeling as though I knew exactly what to be scared of.
Right. Which is different.
It's different from that vague, pervasive dread she felt before. This is targeted, actionable fear. It actually makes her feel more alive, more in control, weirdly enough. It's a huge turning point for her character.
Definitely.
And the Court of Shadows itself, the roach, the ghost, and the bomb, they're specialists. Stealing, sneaking, deception, all working to make sure Dane gets crowned. They're like the hidden gears of Fae power. It shows that real influence often operates way outside the visible courts.
But then, a massive betrayal hits Jude much more personally. It reveals another layer of just how capricious the Fae can be. Locke, one of Cardan's friends.
Yeah, Locke.
He's exposed as this master manipulator who basically orchestrated the suffering of both Jude and Taryn.
He used Jude, didn't he, to make Taryn, what was the quote? Show him that she could be like us, like the cruel Fae.
It's twisted. Jude's realization is chilling. He ruins things. That's what he likes, to ruin things. It's a really dark look into the psychology of some Fae who just get pleasure from destruction.
And just when you think the betrayals can't get deeper, we uncover this massive family secret. It completely rewrites Jude's understanding of her world. Little Oak.
Who she thinks is Madaki's son.
Right. He's actually Prince Dane's son with Liriope, another fairy. And Liriope's dying wish, delivered by this tiny golden bird, was explicit. Protect him, take him far from the dangers of this court, keep him safe, and never, ever tell him the truth of what happened to me.
Wow. So this isn't just a family secret. It's like the central hidden political pawn on the board.
Exactly. Which sets the stage perfectly for the coronation. The Palace of Elfham is packed. Everyone's waiting for High King Eldred to abdicate and Dane to take the throne.
It's supposed to be a smooth transition.
Supposed to be, but Madoc. Well, Madoc has other much more brutal plans cooking.
And the coronation itself is just, wow. A masterclass in shocking betrayal. First, Belican challenges Dane for the crown.
Right, Cardan's older brother.
And murders Princess Elomen right there. But the ultimate gut-wrenching twist is Madoc himself, her adoptive father figure, thrusting his sword right through Dane.
Unbelievable.
His honor is revealed not as some moral compass, but as a strategic tool for war. This was a long-planned coup. Despite all the outward affection, Madoc lied with every laugh, every clap on the back, every shared cup of wine. His loyalty was always to power and more war.
And the slaughter continues with this chilling Fae specificity. Eldred, the High King, gets run through, but instead of bleeding, he turns into a cloud of red moths.
Which is such a bizarre Fae image.
Totally highlights the alien nature of their existence and the crowd's reaction, this giddy madness, a hunger for even greater slaughter. It really underscores the raw primal nature just simmering beneath Faerie's beautiful surface.
And Jude's reaction. It shifts so fast from horror to cold pragmatism. She feels that acid in the pit of my stomach, but her immediate realization is that Medoc never thought of me as someone who would betray him.
His blind spot.
Exactly. And that crucial miscalculation on his part, that's her opening.
So what does this all mean for Jude now, in the middle of all this chaos?
She immediately pivots. From shock, straight into devising a counterplan. Balakin, she designs someone who loves cruelty and hates mortals. He absolutely cannot rule. He'd destroy everything.
So her focus immediately snaps to Cardan, the prince she hates, who hates her.
Right, whom she finds tied up, basically, her prisoner. Their really complex antagonistic relationship kind of comes to a head here.
And Cardan has that rare, raw moment of honesty.
Yeah, it's surprising. He reveals his own twisted vulnerability. Most of all, I hate you because I think of you. Often, it's disgusting and I can't stop.
Quite a confession. It hints at maybe something deeper beneath all that cruelty.
It definitely does. And this leads to an incredibly audacious, really risky bargain. Jude's plan. Crown Cardan as a puppet king.
Just temporary.
Yeah, a temporary fix to keep the throne safe for Oak until he's old enough. And Cardan, astonishingly, agrees to serve Jude for a year and a day.
It's a brilliant manipulative move, turning her enemy into her biggest asset, or pawn.
Or pawn, yeah. And the coronation itself becomes this masterclass in improvisation. When the crown gets accidentally thrown to Terran first.
Oh yeah, that moment.
Jude's quick thinking just saves the whole plan. She gets Cardan to kneel, and little Oak places the crown on Cardan's head, proclaiming him High King of Faerie.
It's such a dramatic, unexpected twist. It just flips the power dynamics of the entire court in an instant.
And Cardan's reaction is just helpless rage. I mean, Jude had promised him freedom.
And instead she bound him to a throne he never wanted, under her command.
Yeah. She knows she deserved his fury, she admits it, but she justifies it for Oak's future. It's a powerful moment that really shows Jude embracing her ruthless strategic side, willing to sacrifice personal feelings, maybe even promises, for the bigger goal.
So Jude basically transforms from this vulnerable mortal abductee into this powerful figure who manipulates the actual rules of Faerie. Her new unspoken title, which the bomb from the Court of Shadows suggests, says it all, the Queen.
The power behind the throne. But the future remains deeply unsettled, right? Vivian takes Oak to the mortal world.
Promising to bring him back only when returning feels like a hard choice instead of an easy one, which is quite a line.
It is. And Jude is left there, in Faerie, as Cardan's seneschal, basically his chief steward, wielding power directly under him.
But acutely aware that the year-and-a-day bargain has an expiration date. Her position, Oak's future. It's all still totally up in the air. Leaves you hanging, really.
Absolutely. So we've journeyed through this world where beauty masks, brutality, love can be a weapon, and even maybe the purest intentions can lead down some very dark paths.
We've seen Jude's evolution from that terrified abductee to a truly formidable strategist, willing to make impossible choices for the people she protects and for the power she clearly seeks now.
So what does this all mean for you, listening? I think this deep dive really shows us that power isn't just about wielding a sword or wearing a crown.
It's about understanding the game.
Knowing the players and being willing to make sacrifices. It raises a pretty important question, I think. In a world where survival demands ruthless pragmatism, how far would you go to protect what you love? And maybe more importantly, at what cost to your own soul?